Hello everybody and welcome back to FS22 Mining on Yukon Valley episode number 2. It is Friday everyone, so happy Friday. I hope everyone's looking forward to the weekend. And yes, we've got quite a bit to do today. We've got to make a path up to the top of the pay pile so I can actually get the excavator up there so I'm not mining uphill. So we're just going to make a little rough slope sort of thing, hopefully, just so I can actually get up to the pay pile, which is what you can see I'm doing here, apart from the fact that I'm making a absolute mess. And yeah, I've been doing a tiny little bit of mining off camera, but really not much. I've done two trucks worth, and so I'm only going to do like a truck or maybe two in this video, and the rest, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be washing some rocks, everyone. We're finally going to be running dirt through our armor, but not brand new trommel and wash plant, which I'm very much looking forward to. I can't wait to actually see if we have made any money. Obviously we spent quite a bit getting here, and yeah, I'm hoping that it pays off for us. But obviously, as you can see, we're back in the Komatsu PC800, which is a wonderful machine. Even though Komatsu isn't my favourite brand, I do like this machine. It's lovely. It is a very nice machine. It's just big enough for what we're doing here, and I'm actually really happy with it. I'm really chuffed that we bought this. Apart from the fact it does that, which is rather irritating, but that's an operator issue, not excavator. And I also think I've made this slope really bad, but you can always fine tune it, which is definitely what we're going to need to do. So we're just going to pop the bucket down here as we need to go and dump our next load of hay. I'm going to leave the engine running because I want to and because we can. So let's go. As you can see, we're back in the Komatsu HD 605 dumper. So I don't know why, but I'm starting to really enjoy, running the medium stuff. This isn't the biggest dumper. This is by nowhere near the biggest dumper. But it's just a good size. So it's adequate for what we need, and until we can buy the really big stuff, which, to be fair, I don't know if that's what we'll do, because I do enjoy running the the not massive stuff. I enjoy running, this is big, don't get me wrong, it's massive, but it's not the biggest, and I quite enjoy that. But obviously it's up to you guys. What you guys want is what we will do. We can even downsize if that's what you guys wanted. Preferably not, but obviously if that's what you guys want, we'll leave it to a vote, and that's what we will do. Yeah, so I hope everyone's also looking forward to the weekend. I know this week has gone so quickly for me. I don't know about you. I keep saying I just noticed I say a lot, which I do apologise for, because I know how irritating it is for people just to be constantly and ahhing. So I will try my very hardest, guys, to fix that for the next episode. There we go again. And yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to finish this dumper's worth, and then we are going to go wash some rocks and hopefully make our first bucket of concentrate today. I don't know if we'll have time for that all in this episode, but hopefully we'll have time for the majority. But yeah, as you can see, we are making very good progress. Very fast progress, I guess you could say. Just at the start, trying to make a ramp, afford the excavator because I prefer mining from above, so the pay will be beneath us. I think it's a more efficient way. Just, you know, you can make things look a bit prettier. Yeah, I just think it's a bit more efficient. So that's what we're planning to do, and that is why I'm not just willy-nilly digging. I'm trying to be thoughtful about where my bucket goes. Obviously it doesn't look like much at the minute, but once we get a good gradient on it and stuff like that, it will look like a slope, and that's what we want. We're going to leave the bucket empty just because we're not going to be in the machine for a while. Well, we will be, but we'll be back in the machine next week. But we're not going back in it today, I don't think, just because we've got a lot of other stuff to do. Mine sites never sleep, as people say, because they don't, they never do. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to dump this, and then we're going to jump in the Cat 982, I want to say. I don't know if that's right. Let's just double check that. It is the 982XE, look at that, I was right. And hopefully we might be able to get through the majority of this paper, but every time I look at that wash bag, I lag like crazy. It's just because of all the dust particles and the moving parts and stuff. My computer's not on its last legs, but it is struggling to keep up. Even though I've updated everything and I've done all the drivers, I've done everything like that, it's not my biggest fan at the minute, my computer. It's very, very dirty as well. I need to give it a clean. I haven't got around to it. I don't trust myself with electronics. I tend to break everything I touch. Then I fix it, but you know, I don't particularly want to risk breaking my computer, because obviously then we would lose the YouTube and the Twitch for a considerable amount of time, and I've already done that. Well, I haven't done that, but when we moved, I lost the YouTube and the Twitch, and maybe we lost that for a month or two. So, but we are slowly getting back in it, guys. We are doing well. I am megally chuffed with how the channel is going. Thank you all so very much. I know I say it every episode, but that's because I truly do mean it. You guys are incredible. You're keeping, you know, you're making my dream come true. You're allowing me to do stuff I love. So I genuinely can't thank you enough, guys, for everything. Hopefully, you know, you guys keep enjoying my content, and we build and grow and learn and develop as a channel together. So, like I said, if you've got any work on points or anything you think I can improve upon, or anything you guys want to see, any equipment, anything like that, just leave it down in the comments below, and I will answer every comment. I will take all your advice or comments, work on points, stuff like that on board, and I will try my best to implement them all. But yeah, so as you can see, we are making actually quite short work at this pile. I thought we had a load here, but we don't. It's only what, so we did 2 then, I've done 2 off camera, so it's 5, so that's only 300,000 litres, so we're going to make very short work of this pile. But eventually, if we do go to the bigger stuff, we'll buy some conveyor belts, and we'll get some workers on them, just so it's being constantly fed, just so our work plan, just so we're more efficient. You know, that's the key to running an effective gold mine is efficiency, spending the least amount of money for the most amount of gain. So, you know, if we can run 4 conveyor belts, that will save us a ton of fuel, that will save us a ton of time. We won't need, you know, a bigger loader. We can continue with the 982, that sort of thing. So we don't need to buy more expensive and spend more money for the same outcome, basically. But yeah, so I've got a plan for the next episode, which would be we need to make a clearing for the tailings, because obviously as we keep going the tailings pile is going to get huge and we have nowhere to put them at the minute. Obviously eventually when we've depleted our first cut where we are now, we'll probably just dump the tailings in there just to regenerate the land. At least that would be my goal anyway. So we're as less invasive as we can, so the wildlife and environment can grow back, and you know, it will seem like we were never here sort of thing, which is the goal. So that is my plan. So we'll fill that full of tailings when it's empty, but until it's empty we can't really do that. So we'll have to create a temporary tailings bay, I guess, just for now. Obviously we have no money, so it will probably have to be like a least mulcher for the skid steer or the tractor, just to clear out an area so we can dump the tailings, so we don't have a build up of tailings at the end of the conveyor. Sorry, just taking a drink. But yeah, we have already moved quite a considerable amount of dirt. Let's just see how the production is getting on. Old wash plant, it's eating it all instantly. That's what I'm on about. The conveyor belt would just keep it running, because the time we stop to pick up another bucket, it's, you know, eaten everything we put in it. It's crazily quick, this wash plant. Really efficient. And hopefully it's catching all the gold. But we can never catch 100%, but we can catch 99% and then 98% or something. That'll be as efficient as we possibly can be. So that's what we can only hope for. And we also do have the dozer, which will be brilliant for when we do have conveyor belts, because then we can keep pushing the pay closer. And yet again, it's all efficiency, and the more efficient we can be, the more money we'll make, the less money we'll inevitably spend. Majority on like fuel costs and repair costs and maintenance and that sort of thing. Because obviously machines do break down. That's the thing with machines. It happens. The conveyor belts will go down as well. Hopefully our wash plant doesn't go down, because if that happens, this season is over pretty much, and we'll have to come back next year. So all we can really do is hope and pray. But yeah, so you know, we are going to run hopefully all year. We've got the ripper, we've got stuff to be able to work in the snow to rip it, to penetrate any permafrost that might happen, or you know, any residual frost that's on the ground anyway, just so we can continue going, because the longer we can go for, the better. Obviously, you know, the more money we'll make in a year sort of thing. So hopefully we can spend all year up here, but obviously if it gets too cold and the ripper doesn't work, we'll have to cool it, and we'll have to come back next year. But that is the nature of gold mining. We have done quite a considerable amount of buckets already. We have demolished our pay pile already, which is ridiculous. That was 300 litres, 300,000 litres, excuse me, of pay, and we have just burned through it like nothing. This 982, man, it's just so, it's so good. Yeah, it doesn't even feel like we've done that much, but we have. That's what I think is just, but another thing I want to do is I want to go scout out our other cuts, or potential cuts anyway, just to see what's around, see what's about. hopefully the ground might be better in another cut, sort of thing, you know. So that's another thing I want to do in an episode, is go prospecting on other parts of our land, just to see what is around and what is available. We're just gonna finish up with this bucket. We'll go collect the tailings that we have already produced. We'll just have to leave them in the trailer until we can find somewhere to put them. I don't want to put them anywhere near here because that will ruin the name. Because this hopefully will all turn into a pay pile. I've put some little fencing up to stop some of it falling into the creek and falling into places where the wheel loader can't get to. But obviously if it does, we have the dozer. I'm also quite tempted to sell that dozer. I don't feel like we're going to need it until we get conveyor belts. But until we get conveyor belts, you know, we're not going to be able to afford conveyor belts for a while. And there's a few other things we could do with maybe a scraper and a grader, just so we can get roads and stuff built. So, you know, there are a few things we should probably consider buying before we consider looking at graders and whatnot. Sorry, conveyors. Because we will still be very efficient with the loader, it's just the conveyor belts will just be that little bit more efficient. And also what we're going to do, I've noticed that the truck is in the way of our concentrate spawn, so we're just going to move that. We're also going to block off this little bit where the gates don't reach, just so we don't have any trespassers. Trespassers ruin everything. So we don't have enough for a bucket of concentrate, unfortunately. We've burnt only 27 litres of diesel, which is really good. We've got no tailings, we've just emptied the pile. Brilliant. As you can see as well, I've unloaded the skid steer, I've parked that where it's going to be. So this is going to load the gold bars into the trailer, because I think they come on pallets. I'm not sure. Hopefully they come on pallets, because if they're loose again, that's just makes everything really difficult. But eventually I want to buy, excuse me, sorry. Oh. Eventually I want to buy something like the box truck, just so we can move more, make more money and stuff like that. There's a few other things we could definitely buy to make everything a bit more efficient, especially if the excavator is so far back and the dumper can't get to it. You know, we've got conveyors here like this one, which can just push our reach a little bit further without having to make driveways and whatnot for the dumper. The grader would definitely come in helpful, as well as yeah, because this is the big stuff. This stuff is massive, and we could get to that size eventually, you know, to the point where we're doing 75,000 litres per bucket. Means we'd be in need of maybe even this one. Yeah, we'd be in need of this big thing. That is ridiculously huge, and it's massive. Oh, yeah. Imagine we can get up to that size, guys. That size, guys. That would be awesome. And we've got the big dozers, stuff like that. That would be so cool to be able to run by. We also do have the cat stuff as well. You know, we've got the 92. We've got the cat wheel loader as well, which I prefer the cat one, to be fair. It's a bit of a smaller bucket, but I do prefer it. I think it looks a bit better. It doesn't have the big bulge on the back like a camel. That's what that the extra large wheel loader reminds me of, a camel. Just because it's just massive. We've got our cat Challenger series as well, so we can do some scraping, which I also think would be very useful. But unfortunately, guys, that is going to be the end of episode 2. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. And if you haven't already, please do go follow me on Instagram. That's Jack Fuzzy Gaming. You get to see pictures of the dog, updates from some of the YouTube and some of the Twitches. Go follow me on Twitch. That's Jack Fuzzer. Join my Discord. If you don't know where that is, leave a comment down below. Go and can I have a link to it, please? And I will send you a link. You can also join me in the mining or the logging or public works that's coming on Monday. Make sure you stay tuned for that. Or construction simulator if you have that as well. And Euro Trucking Simulator when that comes in, because that is going to be coming soon. And also, please subscribe here if you haven't, because we're trying to get to 150 subscribers by the end of July. We're not far off. I believe we can do it. I have faith in you guys. Sorry. And, but yeah. So thank you all so very, very much for watching. And as always, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.